In this video, we're going to replace this entire desk setup with this old heavy iMac that likes to just fall over every time I put it on a squishy surface. Whoa, a headphone jack! This is better than every single modern Apple device. Before you do anything, get Max Fan Control or SMC. SMC is kind of old, so I recommend this. And especially because depending on what iMac you have, a lot of them have extreme GPU failures. This one's an 09, so it's not that bad. But still, I recommend downloading it and just blasting the fans whenever you're gaming. The first thing I tried to download that I use a lot is PCEM. It's for older versions of Windows like 98, 95, where VirtualBox just doesn't work. So it doesn't have a macOS version, so I went to GitHub, and there appears to be this macOS version. But this is some extreme instructions, and the first step didn't even work, so I'm a little bit lazy, and we're not going to do that. However, VirtualBox does work. 7.0 does not support this anymore, but 6.1 downloads and installs perfectly fine. Another thing that's important is Safari. It's not really that great on here. It loads most websites, but it just doesn't look that great. So get Firefox. It still has extended support. Even though it says it's no longer supported, it still has security updates. So I consider that supported. And because I upgraded the browser, I can now download one of my favorite programs. It's Free Download Manager. And install the extension, which is pretty much required for it to work. Although, for me, for some reason it didn't work. I have to press the add button and then manually paste the URL I wanted to download from, which is a bit strange, but I'm sure it's just me. Like I mentioned earlier, I installed VirtualBox. It worked great. This only has a base 4 gigs of RAM, and it's using a very slow, as you can see right there, 1 terabyte hard disk. So I'd recommend throwing an SSD. 8 gigs of RAM is kind of optional, at least in my case. But SSD, very important. This is going to take 10 minutes to load. But once you get going, like, everything works. Something nice about VirtualBox is I am using a Windows keyboard. So it automatically uses the Windows button as the uncapture or whatever. So we are loaded up on Linux Mint here. It's slow, not that great, but I mean, hey, it does work. Let's give it a little speed test. I pressed on files. Yeah, it wasn't bad at all. So let's try to move around a little window. Oh yeah, that's a little bit choppy. But I mean, hey, it works. If I really need to do something on Linux that bad, I could use this. It's got 2 gigs of RAM, the max I could give it. Probably not the greatest idea. I'd probably give it a gig if I actually wanted to have something open in the background. But hey, not that bad. Minecraft runs really well. Well, I won't be giving you any performance metrics or anything like this because I've already done it before. If you want to know, go watch the other video on my channel. Make sure to like, subscribe for more of that. 1080p YouTube playback is perfectly fine. Don't even think I needed to mention this after how well it just ran Minecraft. I decided while we're in the browser, let's run a little speed test. I don't have a before on my actual computer, so maybe I didn't think this through. But hey, that's a bit slow. That's faster than my real computer. I swear, I was getting around like 9 on this, and then like 100 something on that. Not sure exactly what that was about. But hey, let's see what it says. Connection is fast. Cool. Now we're going to be switching over to patched with OpenCore Big Sur. Okay, so we're back over. This takes a very long time to turn on. Like, you need to get an SSD. It's not just a recommendation. If you want to patch any sort of newer thing on it, you need an SSD. However, if you really had no other choice, I mean, it works. Like, as soon as you get going, it'll eventually work. Surprisingly, Kdenlive, the editor that I use, just works. I open it and it just works. Because it doesn't work on High Sierra. That was the main reason I even bothered patching on here, just to see if I could get my video editing software open. But this is kind of strange, because even my 2012 MacBook Pro, I just can't get this to launch on patched OS. It works fine on Catalina, but as soon as I patch it, it just explodes. Hope you guys enjoyed this little video. Make sure to like, subscribe, because I got a big project coming up. So anyway, I'll see you later, guys. Bye.